All right, thanks for joining me today. Today's lesson is going to be all about how to build out the system that's going to get you leads guaranteed at a consistent level, at a consistent price, over and over again, no matter what you are doing. Now, this is going to help you in a few different ways. Number one, generating these leads are quick wins. These are things that are going to allow you to test concepts, allow you to test different offers and packages and pricing and position and angles. So it's a very big deal to have consistent lead flow, because it lets you know in the back of your mind as a business owner that you actually have things that people really do want. Then you can expand on that and start to really sell services based on that need. So instead of jumping right into a market and saying, hey, look, or into a new niche, or to try and develop a new service or to add on anything new, you got to have data first. The cheapest way to get somebody to get data is by having a system set up, like the VPC method and Northwicks sales system. Because even though we're generating leads, we're still going to be making sales. But what we're doing is focusing on the lead flow. We're focusing on the lowest hanging fruit, because we know that generating a lead, a name and an email, is going to be a lot less expensive than generating a name, an email, and a phone number. Now, you can get to a point where you are solely running to just, hey, I'm going to run for phone numbers. I'm just going to get to those people who are ready to buy today, like right now. But in order to do that, you have to have a high budget. And most of the business owners today do not have a budget that can actually withstand that kind of objective, because you're going to be paying about 500% more. Think about it. A lead with a name and an email, you're going to see come in between what, like $3 and $5, sometimes less than $1. To get someone to sign up for a service or product immediately is going to be like a couple thousands of dollars. What would you rather do? Would you rather have people coming in through the front end of your business and then naturally moving through, while you're paying a very good cost at testing multiple offers and testing different angles and business models and pricings and structures and having all this fun stuff so that you can really scale your business to the most efficient way possible? Or is it more fun to just run right after people who are gonna, hey, go after an application and then give me money, give me thousands of dollars? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense to anybody. It never has and it never will. So we got to stop that and build out a system that can actually create the experience that we want our prospects to go through. And what happens first is that the value has to be delivered first. So these lead magnets are not going to be little pieces of crap that are going to be just 300-word articles that you're going to put together real quick. No, they've got to be something that can deliver results in advance. Now, you want to follow a formula, right? You want to follow a sage formula for creating these. You don't have to go into making hour-long webinars. So hopefully that gives you some sense of relief to know that these lead magnets are supposed to be short, actionable, goal-oriented, and easy to consume. Okay? So that's the SAGE acronym. Short, actionable, goal-oriented, and easy to consume. But it's still got to be actionable. It's still got to be something of value. You've got to be able to deliver that result in advance. And if you can't do that here, then your quality of lead flow is going to be badoo-doo. And we don't want that. We need high-level clients, right? We want people that are really going to have fun with you, people that are going to be able to enjoy working with you and appreciate you for what you can do for them, and actually are looking for help. In order to do that, you've got to solve some problems in advance. So how do you do that? Number one, we're not going to get into this today, but you should already know your primary client. So many people come to me and say they already know it, but they have no clue until they actually go through the actual process. Because if you don't know what your client's doing when they wake up in the afternoon, when they go to bed, if you're not prepared to go through a day in the life of, then you don't know who your primary client is. The hook and offer, if you can't really say that you're going to create these with ease, and if you create these and they don't convert, then you don't understand the major problems that you are going to be solving. Now, when you go through what I call my hook and offer exercise, we actually extract from our clients all of the major problems that their market's facing that they know of, plus what's actually found through data. And then we combine that with what their services have to offer. So now we know each problem that the market's facing is tied to a solution that we could either deliver with results in advance, or we could deliver through a paid service option. The second thing we have to understand is the testing. Just because we understand that this is the primary client that we're going to market to, this is the major problem that they have, and we know that we're going to be marketing to on whatever advertising channel you choose, you still got to go through a bunch of different interests and different lead magnet offers. And the reason why we do it like this is because of the guaranteed results. We don't ever put our all our eggs in one bucket. We never do. What we do is we make sure that we have a clear output so that this, no matter what, if 2, 3, and 4 don't work, we know number 1 did. There's always going to be one of these four that work if this is done correctly. You see how it all works? So if this is not done correctly, this is not going to happen, and then everything else is going to be subpar. You're not going to have anything that works. So the major importance is knowing what you're actually selling and who you're selling it to and why they would actually want it. Then we want to reverse engineer that to create your lead magnets. So once we have those 4 lead magnets that are going to be created, that are going to deliver that result in advance, we're going to take them straight to a sales letter, to a calendar, to application, to a confirmation video. This is going to be stuff for a later day. What I want to focus on today is going to be how we're going to collect these leads. Now, when you do collect the lead, of course, the guaranteed lead generation launch formula comes from us being able to know who our primary client is, who the hook and offer represents, the advertising channel, having the 4 different lead magnets represent these solutions, and then making sure we understand what our benchmarks are going to be. When we're looking at creating these, it's not just, oh, I'm going to slap these on and then hope that I get 1 or 2 leads. We got to be converting at 33%, or else it's not a major problem that you're solving in advance. Okay? If you're not hitting these benchmarks, it's not a major problem you're solving, which is going to only help you if you test multiple ways of solving maybe even the same problem. There's so many different ways to help somebody accomplish the same thing. Start testing those, and I can guarantee that your predictable cost will come in at a level that is maintainable, scalable, and profitable. That is guaranteed. So when we want to focus on the next stage is only after we have this part set up. And that's what your homework is right now. I want you to make sure that you understand who your primary client is, right? What are the major problems that they're facing right now? If you can't lay out at least 5 problems, major problems, it's not like if I were to tell you that a major problem you're facing is getting leads, that would be a joke, right? Because it's not about getting the leads. The major problem you're facing is not having a system set up that can generate leads for you. So it's not about having leads or getting leads. It's about what is the mechanism in which you use to get these without you having to go on a hunt every day, right? That's the real need, which is why the system is so important for you to learn. So you have to understand where your market's major pain points are, then where you're going to find them, then we start to test. And so if you'd like some help with putting all this together, all you have to do is just find the link at the button around this video, schedule a kickoff call with me personally. We'll sit down for about 30 to 45 minutes, and I'll actually create this entire growth plan for you, okay? The entire launch plan, and hand it off to you. That's right, the exact same tools, resources, the exact same process I would follow with my team to get you going. I'll go ahead and hand it off to you at no cost. So all you gotta do is just find the actual link around this button, register for your call with me, and then I'll see you there. Take care.